thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of 𝗟𝗓𝗘. My name is Miss Na. Today promises to be spirit-filled, and you all know that we won't start our day without going into the Word of God. And so this morning we'll take our scripture reading from Psalm 118 verses 6. Lala wulula ito niji uha ke nyongma ke banyokashi kuku niji ikpa ni ikanyo ake. Ake ni Yehowa 𝗦𝗍𝗍𝗿𝗘 𝗦𝗍𝗍𝗍 menigbomo anyemi afi. And then the English also reads like this: The Lord is with me, I will not be afraid. What can man do to me? So this is what scripture is telling us today. This is what the psalmist is also saying to us, that from time immemorial, we all know that God has been with us. We have not been afraid. I mean, from the time of the Israelites, God was with them. The time of Aaron, God was with him. And so whatever distress that you are in today, it could be a terminal illness. It could be that you have been ejected from your house. It could be that you've lost a lot of money. You've invested your money into something and then the whole thing is gone. Whatever be the case, God is assuring you that he is always, 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 always with us. Whatever the situation is, we just need to call on him and he will be there to answer us. And so this morning, whatever that we are doing, let's have it at the back of our minds that the Lord that we serve, the good God we serve, would always abide with us. Even the songwriter says it: abide with me, fast falls the evening tide. And so wherever you are this morning, as you're stepping out, remember that God is all around you. And so do what is right, do what will please him, so that he won't depart from you. When I know ni pen wo you page yake yo aden che ke wo lala wolole mi yake e ke wo ye e shiko wo e wo no fe no mi no yo keji helaji o keji ngmene ni wo yo na ekule o rent po she no na shika no ba pe eku ko shika ya wo luchi mo komi shika afen isha ka yo he twi kra ka yo ya yake yo wa ni bowole e ke wo ye let ji mo ni bowo wo mini we sa ke o ba she gbomo adesa ko gbe wo ma adesa ko nye wo no ko ifi jake gbomo ni ba nye wo no ko ifi ledi enche Yehowa ni bole wo mene no fe no mini oyo bo oye wo modern ake oko dwomo fe baba hanimo oko oni fe mo fe ba wa fe ni ba sa Yehowa de enche hie bona fe ni ekashi o mase kokoko ni anapa we ye kanina ne se bibia wo mu bia no ene ebia na yare bi cancer bi diabetes bi hypertension bi bibia ha wo ne bia no nyankopon pese o ka che o se oni wo ho onfiri wo nchen ena onfiri wo nchen so de biarada. What you need to do is to get closer to him. And so thank you so much for taking time and staying with us this morning. We are about to take off and we'll start also with our highlights for today. Today it looks like there are a lot of things that are not really exciting, but for persons living close to the 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗿𝗏 Dam, the Volta River Authority has some news for you. Well, is it pleasant? We cannot tell, but we'll wait for the details of that story. Then again, are you willing to will part of your properties to the church? Yes, are you willing? Will you willingly will part of your properties to church? And this is what we are asking. Then again, while you reflect on that, the youth of Axim are not happy on a certain issue. We'll tell you why they have been demonstrating and would also bring you the details of that story as well. As your headmistress, I would like to bring to you the question of the day. And the question of the day goes like this: what is the house rental situation in your area? And so we are talking about rent, you're talking about every other thing that is associated with rent, you're talking about landlords, you're talking about acquiring a room, and the number of years you are going to pay. So this question would definitely sit in Asem Kesia. Today is Tuesday, and so we'll sit behind a big table, discuss this issue because it is of national interest, and it would also interest you sitting back at home behind your television set and watching us. Remember, we are live on Facebook, WTV Ghana, and on YouTube, Wesleyan Television Ghana. Carry us along wherever you go. Don't forget us at all, because if you miss out today, then you have to go back and watch it some other time. But do well to carry us along. Now, this morning, we have been supported and sponsored by some companies, and want to say hello and good morning to all of them. Danwall Insurance Company for your insurance needs, your motor insurance policy, your contractors or risk policy. your money insurance, your bonds, and many others, you can contact Daniel using any of their social media platforms, Facebook, X, Instagram, WhatsApp, wherever you can find them on social media. Just get in touch with them and there'll be an agent to speak with you. 𝗟𝗑𝗏 Foods this morning. Try out their breakfast. You can also get your phone. Just type 𝗟𝗏𝗏 Foods and then you can get in touch with them. Order your food, it will be delivered to you wherever you are. Remember, there's a branch in 𝗟𝗏 Community 25. There you can find 𝗟𝗏𝗏. Also in Accra on the Ambassadorial Enclave inside the Wesley Towers on the first floor, you would also find 𝗟𝗏𝗏 there. The food is quite okay. It's less expensive, sorry, and it is very sumptuous. And so this morning, whether it is your breakfast, your lunch, your supper, if you want to also take some food home for the family, you can also order your foods. Now, Sankofa natural spices. If you're cooking today, if you're marinating your fish, your chicken, you want to have some spice in your stew, it is just natural. All the natural spices that you know in one big sachet. Get into a shop closer to you and you can get one at an affordable price. The prices goes as low as what you can ever imagine, and so get one from any shop closer to you. Then again, Methodist Investment and Properties Limited for your ginger powder, for your ginger juice, your millet, your marana, your mango, whatever juice that you need in its natural state. There's no additive, no preservative, no sugar, nothing. It comes natural. Just buy it from 𝗦𝗍𝗐𝗏. You can find them in Adabraka, inside the Grand House, adjacent the Holy Spirit Cathedral. Then again, if you're looking forward to having some African wares sewn for you, both male and female, you can also get it from Methodist Investment and Properties Limited. You're looking forward to buying some souvenirs, some badges, some stoles, some cassocks, some gowns and all that, you can get it from 𝗦𝗍𝗐𝗏. Methodist University, their admission for the next semester is still ongoing. Grab your form. If you're a Methodist, remember it is free for you. If you're a non-Methodist, there's also some percentage of discount that will be given to you. And so if you want to go into nursing, you want to go into human relations, you want to do communications, whatever course you want to do, Methodist University offers you that. If you even want to do Agric, there is a campus for you inside 𝗟𝗏𝗏. Then there's another campus in 𝗟𝗏 and then Dansoman. And so please do well to grab your forms, fill it out. If you qualify, you'll be admitted into the school. Now, multi-credit savings and loans, you cannot do all of these things without getting some money. And so if you qualify for a loan, multi-credit, if you've already spoken to them and you qualify, you'll be given that loan for that business. But please do well to pay back on time so that the next person can also get that same money to do his or her business. Thank you so much, but we've also been supported by Barbarella Clothing. Exclusive fashion design school is by Barbarella Clothing. If you want to go into fashion, you want to learn how to sew, you want to learn how to sew a dress, you want to learn how to make a dress, then Barbarella Clothing is there to help you do just that. She's running a discount of 50%. There are hostel facilities available for you. You can locate her inside Amasaman, beside the Stadium Junction, or you can also locate her on the Achimota Christian Village Road, opposite the Paradise Children's School, or you can use any of her social media platforms and get in touch with her. Wesleyan Dew, the water we take here is from Wesleyan Dew, and it is coming all the way from the 𝗟𝗏 Diocese. And so, Reverend Osabute, wherever you are, good morning. And the very Reverend Popeson, good morning to you and your wife and your family for always supporting us here on Wesleyan Television. God bless you all so much. But our phone lines are also open. If you want to be a part of the family, if you want to support us, you want to sponsor us, whatever be the case, just do well to call the numbers on your television set. You can call 025-625-3461 or 05-3835-0625, and then you get to speak to me. Let's do business together. Thank you so much. We'll take a quick turn. We'll return, sit down, bring you the part 1, and then we'll sit down with our news analyst to bring you the part 2. We'll later come on with Apomuding, and then together with Insurance Minutes, and then we'll go on to the field of play. We'll go through sports. We'll look at what is trending, what is happening in the world of sports. And then again, later in the day, before we finally say goodbye to you, we'll bring you 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏, a 1 hour, 30-minute segment, and then we'll come on with WhatsApp on social media. Thank you so much. We'll take a quick turn. We'll return shortly.
Sesedie Methodist University College Ghana yenya presidential charter inti efreye Methodist University Ghana enti yene upe baby pa abo abodini enya ngumasuamu nimdie pa dia admission no ekoso postgraduate undergraduate diploma and certificate programs be to say nursing educational assessment and evaluation guidance and counseling psychology economics HRM and management studies marketing and supply chain management communications IT accounting social work port and shipping management and a PhD in education dia order for any chair Methodist University Ghana nanika sema womune say what's the candidate today or 30% discount and 30% discount
any Methodist asori menina
Chushayen campuses nibi ewa dansuman sema wenchi national song say your day any evening empo weekend sessions from ponso ewa ho mature entrance exams so ekoso enti trumika CCA na admission ekoso enchebu biano for 0558309059 anakoya website www.mug.edu.gh. MUG, the rich brand. Meth UG. We have the zeal to educate.
KFK Foods is an award-winning world-class restaurant with over 10 years experience in both local and continental dishes. We render services for parties, cafeteria services for schools and hospitals, individuals, corporates and institutions, as well as groups who want to treat their partners to delicious meals and services. We have all local and international dishes including banku with tilapia, fufu with light soup, fried rice with grilled or fried chicken, assorted fried rice, fish with chips, noodles and spaghetti, pizzas, pastries, shawarma, beef and chicken sauces. All kinds of breakfast baskets in Accra. Locate us at the Ambassadorial Enclave on the first floor of the Wesley Towers at 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. from Monday to Saturday. In Tema, locate us at Community 25 Annex, where the event center is located at 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. from Monday to Sunday. For all orders, call us on 0244-637647 or WhatsApp us on 050-33-17153. KFK Foods, you deserve it. Do you need quality and professional ministerial attire? Be it cassock, clerical shirts, stoles, preaching gowns, preaching bands, wedding gowns and sanctuary vestments, then your best destination is the Methodist Investments and Properties Limited, MIPL. Individuals and churches can also contact MIPL for their African wear, both male and female, curtains, church or institutional anniversary clothing, Friday wears, mufflers, diaries, liturgy books, souvenirs, badges, Lacoste and t-shirts, among others. MIPL produces natural fruit juice such as ginger, pineapple, mango, millet, banana, as well as specially prepared ginger powder to boost your daily vitality. MIPL Property Management is also available to both individuals and corporate institutions in managing your property and providing investment solutions. Locate MIPL office at the Grant House inside Adabraka, Accra for your businesses at affordable prices, or call us on 0242-122-787. If you are looking for an office space which is spacious with a car park, 24-hour security, standby generator, then look no further. The Grant House building is up for rent and is located adjacent the Holy Spirit Cathedral, Accra. Call us on 0242-122-787.
Nana ye, Ediana mihui, enemrim, and now water kakadro pepperin sia, na wakwako tree.
So mommy said you me peme duane nyira natural no. Me this spice so.
Emuna kakadro garlic rinsia ni na spices akakadro garlic o edian and yake bom. Na ye dia sankofa natural spices.
Oh wow. Na sana kesi nyina o. Any me ya ye hit hits. Hey, Munya direct no. Any dey mu chuchu no. E free na kro. Sankofa natural spices. And one you use 100% natural. Said the no.
Adofo, mamunye huge mistake. Sankofa natural spices. Didi.
FDA agye edwedi nkratu yatu.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us once again. It's time for Duru. So this is where we bring you all the stories trending on the internet, and then we'll add the newspaper headlines right onto it. But we'll move straight into our very first story, and we'll move all the way to the to 𝗟𝗏𝗄𝗏, and then the 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗘 Authority has announced its intention to engage relevant stakeholders of a potential spillage of excess water from the 𝗟𝗏𝗄𝗏 Dam. The notice, signed by VRA's Deputy Chief Executive in charge of Services, Engineer 𝗟𝗏𝗩𝗘, to over 40 stakeholders, including the Minister for the Interior and all the assemblies within the dam's catchment area, indicated engagement is commencing in the immediate, awaiting the possibility of spillage if necessary. The 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗘 Authority intends to commence engagement regarding the potential controlled spillage of water from the 𝗟𝗏𝗄𝗏 Dam. This precautionary measure is crucial for maintaining the structural integrity of the dam and ensuring the safety of our communities, the notice read. It added that we propose to engage you and the relevant team to discuss the potential implications, mitigative measures, and information dissemination. Below is the statement. So government announced a tweet. All right. So in 2023, controlled spillage lasted until October 30, 2023, when VRA announced its end. Over 88,000 persons and over 5,000 homes were affected by the flooding, according to government figures. Some media houses and their audiences moved in to build settlement and health centers for the affected. Government also announced a 22 million Ghana cedi compensation package for the victims, which President 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗘, during his 67th Independence Day speech in Koforidua on March 6, said 80 million has been disbursed. Samuel 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗘, the Member of Parliament for North Tong, debunked the President's 80 million announcement. And so these are some of the issues happening all the way in 𝗟𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗏. It so happened that almost about a year ago, the dam was spilled. Into when I can say, be afini, VRA for being Subia, I can say, Mkofobe brew more 𝗟𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗏, almost sure, Omuniama be including homes now they identify, and almost I can say, I'm sure you are almost being Sunibium. Inti we de omo tunsafre omo bia omo hia e wo sasem we hu aka chom say this is what they want to do inti ebe ya obi ambra na omo ntena se na omo discuss the way forward say na ebe ya bia nsuo na enko ha obia e wo hono. We'll move to our next story. And the Social Security and National Insurance Trust has defended the decision to sell over 60% of its shares in 4 hotels to a private investor, describing the move as the only viable option to revive the fortunes of the hotel. The hotels include Labadi Beach Hotel, La Palm Royal Beach Resort, Elmina Beach Resort, and the Ridge Royal Hotel in Cape Coast. In a media address in Accra on Monday, SSNIT's Director General 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏 explained that due diligence was done and changing management was not considered feasible due to the continuous losses the hotels had been accruing. We have been through quite a lengthy process to do so. Bear in mind, we've also tried having external management companies running the SSNIT hotels, and that hasn't resolved the problem either. So for us, we look at it twofold, that we are looking to resolve a problem and do so with the introduction of a strategic investor, and we outlined the reasons there. Consistent losses by almost all of our hotels. I know we are aware that Labadi doesn't make a profit, but the returns are below par. They haven't paid us any dividends with the exception of Labadi. Labadi Beach Resort only started paying dividends for the last 2 years. They haven't from inception, he stated. Despite its profitability, 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗘 also justified the inclusion of Labadi Beach Hotel in the sale. He stated that this decision was guided by SSNIT's objective to optimize overall returns, as the current profits from the hotel were considered inadequate. nti asema ye ka wo hani na ne say some weeks back it says ni say hotels are ehwe omo nsane na omo pese omo ton anasa omo de ma be for no hwe so na we na omo deputy general director eka say sisi aye ka say dey sika bebre wo ho no ma sa hotels omo mfa sika bi amba they are running at a huge loss nti ebe ya emfa mo be for na nipa ne hwe so se na ebe ya sika betimi efremu ede aba. We'll move to the Northern Accra Diocese of the Methodist Church Ghana, and the Bishop, the Right Reverend Professor 𝗟𝗜�10 has called on Christians not to relent in supporting the work of God. He particularly urged members of the Methodist Church to always consider donating some of their property to the church for the sustenance of the word. He also appealed to the elderly members of the church to consider allocating some portions of their property in their wills to the church, stressing that such good deeds would be remembered years after their departure from death. Right Reverend 𝗟𝗍𝗍 made a call during a sermon at the Emmanuel Methodist Society at the Airport East Circuit of the Northern Accra Diocese. It formed part of his last pastoral visit to the circuit as he prepares to bow out of office in September this year, marking the end of his 6-year service as Bishop of the Northern Accra Diocese. The clergyman also used the occasion to lay the foundation stone for the construction of an estimated 18.5 million Ghana cedi multi-purpose chapel for the Emmanuel Methodist Society. The Emmanuel Methodist Society was carved out of the Calvary Methodist Church in Adabraka in Accra in the year 1994 and worshipped for some time at the Association International and Engelbert schools in the airport residential area before it moved to its present abode in the Regimanuel Gray estate off the Spintex Road. Enti nyaye kanani say ye papa Right Reverend Joseph Edusa Asin eka say ebe yanka wo property bi na wo hwe na ehu ekwan beda ho a obetimi e de bi ama sorry ne say na ebe ya de be ye nyame adwuma we na oka say we u de makra na owu that you now kokra ya de beka with esanse wudin ene beda sa property ne so abribia. We'll go to the Nzima East Municipality of the Western Region, where the youth in Axim have issued a 2-week ultimatum to the president to allow the use of a 95% completed stadium that has been abandoned and left to deteriorate. The stadium promised to the community has been locked and left unused for years, with its facilities including the VVIP areas and goalposts falling into disrepair. Speaking during the demonstration, the leader of the Axim Youth, Jonas Kwabute, said the Axim Youth have no place to play, but the new seats and ceilings installed at the stadium are all rotting away due to the years of abandonment. Hence, gave the president up to the 29th of July to intervene or face their wrath. He said they submitted a petition 2 months ago, which was ignored by the municipal chief executive, 𝗟𝗜𝗍𝗍. They promised to construct a multi-purpose stadium for us. As I am talking now, if you enter the stadium, you can see that all the things are rotten. They have done the VVIP, they have mounted the goalpost, all necessary facilities, they have done it, but they have locked it, and everything is rotten. So we are poised to demonstrate into your Western Region, Axim to be precise. Youth are more honor, and I say, maybe no more can say, see, I dear. Ya share ye dear, Betty Sikromis and say, stadium I be see my own. I check. President ni mizu na afenzu niama ewo ho ni na ese edeba we na omo ka say ebe ya nka yembie so na nia ese fata no omutumi aye wo ho nti we na omo ka say ya hwe ya by the 29th of July eye busumi we ewi ye no ometi esikrom a demonstrate se na ebe ya president ebe ye bibi edi afa ho. We go to the Ghana School of Law, where the former director, Quarcoo Afarley, said that there is a need for Ghana's judiciary to regain public trust by ensuring it remains free from political interference. According to him, the judicial service must remain loyal only to the Constitution. His comment comes after an Afrobarometer report indicated that there has been a decline of trust in the Electoral Commission, courts and the police. The data collected from 1999 to 2022 reveals a concerning decline in public confidence in these crucial institutions. When Akukosa was sacked by Nkrumah for being disloyal to him, He reminded him that his loyalty is with the Constitution and not to the President of the Republic. He was replaced by 𝗟𝗏𝗄𝗧. Nkrumah wanted 𝗟𝗏𝗄𝗧 to do his bidding, but he also said, "Mr. President, I am sorry, my loyalty is to the Constitution." He stated that loyalty should be the hallmark of the judiciary, including the Chief Justice, who, as per Article 125(4), leads an independent branch of government separate from the executive. And the Ghana Law School, dia na former director Quarcoo ansa asare eka say uhwe ye judicial system, uhwe electoral commission, uhwe police afro barometer reports be PHR say from 1999 akosi 2022 2 years back no na omo kan na ne say nkofo bebre omo ni gide pa e wo judiciary system ni mu e na afen so omo ni gide wo police e na afen so electoral commission we no ka say anka be ya ejuma ko we ni na omo ye omo ejuma baako ensese nka aban ede ne ho ebaba beji me kwa we no ka say yetumi ne saade a na chese obia beji sa ejuma ko we ni na edi yi. And we'll move to the United Nations, and it has again predicted that 82 million Nigerians, about 64% of the country's population, may go hungry by the year 2030, calling on government to tackle climate change, pest infestation, and other threats to agricultural productivity. The prediction comes in the wake of a persistent hike in food prices in that country. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, Nigeria's food inflation rate hit a record high of 40.66% in May 2024, surpassing the previous month's 40.53% increase. This surge represents the largest year-on-year increase in food prices since the record began in 1996. Historically, food inflation in Nigeria has averaged 13.42%, with the lowest point of 17.50% in January 2000. In 2023, the Food and Agriculture Organization predicted that no fewer than 2.6 million Nigerians in Borno, Sokoto, and Zamfara states and the FCT may face a food crisis between June and August 2024, according to government-led analysis released in March 2024. Approximately 4.8 million people in Adamawa and Yobe states are experiencing severe food insecurities, the highest level in 7 years. Also, as Nigeria, organized labor expressed concerns about the country's rising food prices and fuel scarcity, saying that the current situation threatens the survival of workers. And see, Nigeria memoir, and I can say, I'm sure by the year 2030, I'm sure Omunya Adriani Bibri and Top. It's answers, see, I can say, the Adriani war acostro, Eddie Amomo, Ewosa, or my winner, and reports be a Pia say, I'm sure climate change in sense, and I'm sure agriculture sense, and a bear, a better to Niama, Edia 2 year, Ediama, or my Nigeria. Send a bear by the year 2030, no Megusua, any Adriani Papa, Eddie, Ewo Honum. So thank you so much for joining us on the stories on the internet, but we'll take a look at what's happening from the papers, and what's happening from the papers will be brought to you by Rachel. But before we do so, there's one last story we'd like to take and then bring to your knowledge. And so we'll go all the way to the northern part of the country, and the Dagbon overlord Yana Abukari II has indicated that education and knowledge exchange can play an important role in transforming human society. According to him, monetary grants alone from advanced nations to the developing world will not bring the necessary and required human capital and infrastructure development needed to transform Africa. He therefore urged leaders of the developing world and policymakers in Africa to prioritize knowledge transfer and exchange programs to accelerate development on the continent. Diana was speaking in Turkey on Monday at a meeting with the Vice Chancellor of the prestigious Bursa Technical University in Bursa, Turkey. The Yana is on a 10-day working visit to the country. Until you go all the way to the northern part of the country now, Yana a strong of phobia or more taking away now, or didn't send me to a minim same Kabeya, Ghana had ye never be brave to ye name to say education, to say ye chain madi, ye chain ankasa ye one dear. Remember ya who him na yesika de be free or my full e dia bagana happen ebe boye. E bit me su ade ama ye any ye yes ya system ni na asesa ede amaye. Ye da se pass o jimre ehwe ewo de ruso, but we'll move straight to the papers and Rachel is here to give us that. Rachel,
good morning, Miss Afarley.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well.
All right. We thank God.
Enti ashafo emre aso se yebeko 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗘 na ene na eye ebnada etosumienu ewo July bosumimu afi 2024. We are about to look at stories making headlines in Ghanaian newspapers, and as we do every morning, we are starting with the Daily Graphic. They say truth and accuracy every day on their banner headline concerning the 2024 elections. Please on alert to troublemakers. Slippers land BEC candidate in trouble. NDC to establish anti-corruption mechanism. A year John Dramani Mahama and all saying OWOP remains on curriculum until 2026, and tribunal dismisses $7 billion claim against Ghana. Page 20 of the Daily Graphic newspaper. 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗘 ediso a Daily Guide newspaper. They say they are Ghana's favorite newspaper. On the banner headline, Baumia presents NAPO to Otum for today. EC chair and IGP pledge credible elections. NDC SC parking claims untenable. A year majority leader Afenyo marking and all can say GNPC floors ENI in $7 billion case, and Okwe Sheikh's Dome Kwabenya and no page 6 of the Daily Guide newspaper. Into Unsakimbia na wakin be amayen. Ye twaswa 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏 ediso the new finder 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏 blaze bid failed at first stage. Therefore, financial proposal was never opened. SNIT gained from sale of Grand Regency. I will adjust IMF agreement. A year ex-president Mahama and all can't say official creditor committee approves Ghana's deal with Eurobond holders. 5 companies submit bids to redevelop Saglemi. A year Kojo Opon Nkoma and I all can't say now APN pushes for seamless mobile transaction in Africa. Page 3 of the new finder. Now the Chronicle newspaper, they say they are the spear of the nation. Katafan Edikaino concerning the sale of La Palm, Labadi Beach and others. SNIT rejects Rock City terms of payment. Hotels still not sold. Now Saglemi House and is bouncing back. 5 coins submit bids. Please working hard to locate missing NDC organizer. Pre-bet Group CEO wins Best Quality Leadership Award, and 6 pastors of Divine Healers Church seek injunction against General Overseer. The Chronicle newspaper now I can be mind. The Daily Dispatch, they say factually reliably factual. On the banner headline, Opoku Prempeh is a fantastic person, not arrogant. NDC MP admits. Cylinder circulation model CRM creating more jobs. NPA's Dr. Mustafa Hamid and I already saying Abeto Abontain. So what you need to know about the 2 running mates, NPP's Opoku Prempeh and NDC's Opoku Agyeman. So that is a double Opoku for you right there. The Daily Dispatch 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏 na wakin can be amayen. Ye twaswa the National Enquirer newspaper and ye do so gratifying any kind of concerning fighting corruption syndrome. Mahama mocks 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 says I won't be a clearing agent. Oxygen shortage hits Tamale Teaching Hospital. if Bawumia tries any meet the press, his campaign will collapse. A year or say akoto ena or no so can't say. Now Electoral Commission set August 1st to 3rd for mop-up of voter registration. Inti Ayana Mashanin so amayen. The Metrolands newspaper and yedu so gratifying 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏 NPP unveils Napo as Bawumia's running mate in Kumasi today. And on page 9. Now BEC cheating bust 3 teachers and 2 invigilators arrested. Coming up, the 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏 golden stool. Enti ope 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏 golden stool ne ho ensensem etia eno page 7 of the Metro Lens newspaper. Na wakenken bi amayen. The Overseer newspaper ena yedu so gratifying 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏 no father for all approach in my fight against corruption. Mahama ena all can say. Africa can achieve wide mobile money interoperability, experts tell leaders. Timing for the appointment of new Supreme Court justices bad. Lawyer 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏 Abeto Abontin. So throughout Konfanochi Teaching Hospital CEO application for injunction. Lawyer Kwame Adofo. And I all can say now Napo rallies NPP members to come on board in Tiano page 3 of the Overseer newspaper. The Daily Searchlight newspaper and ediso on the Havana headline Mohammed's hopeless pledges glitz Ghana's plant media. And part 1 of it. Sell out at Asato. Youth rampage over secret deal between chief and mandarins in Accra. Let's prioritize digital systems to deliver road infrastructure. Chief of staff and all can't say media must not repeat Kukathon embarrassment. Information Minister no so this say Abeto Abontin. So let's uphold principles of equity and impartiality, Chief Justice tells Judicial Service. And to win at the Daily Searchlight, one so Eddie Ebrahim, the Hawk newspaper on the Havana headline, Napo receives high praise from NDC MP. Now concerning the succession race hits up 𝗟𝗏 and 5 in fierce battle. Mahama commits to creating 300,000 digital jobs. Bawumia unveils plan for 100 EVs in Ghana. And judiciary now a haven for the elite, says Attorney General. Page 2 of the Hawk newspaper. Now let's do some business stories with the Business Weekly newspaper. African making giant strides in fintech development and regulation. Bank of Ghana Governor 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏 Abeto Abontin. So devastating effect of market fires, the critical intervention of insurance policies. Page 6. CPC celebrates World Chocolate Day with a Shaiman cluster of school pupils. Ministry validates first ever sector-led Ghana tourism policy. CRM creating more investment opportunities and jobs. NPA boss 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏 Abeto Abontin. So CD sells at 15.64 Ghana cedis to $1 and 14.67 Ghana cedis on Bank of Ghana Interbank. And page 5 of the Business Weekly newspaper. We are ending with the Business Analyst newspaper. This is the last but one newspaper for the day. The Business Analyst, they say, shaping economic decisions. Wisconsin University sets up for state-of-the-art ICT labs, introduces master's degree in cybersecurity and digital forensics. Economy has not turned the corner yet. NPP government leaving heavy lifting to successive government. Said Tekpe and our say Abeto Abontin. So now hikes in transport fares, no decision yet. GPRTU clarifies Mohammed's U-turn on free SHS is shocking. Fatimatu Abubakar and also can't say concerning CD continued stability against dollar. CD to remain stable against dollar this week, and no page 5 of the Business Analyst newspaper. And we are ending with the Graphic Business newspaper on their banner headline: data systems critical to development. Government statistician Professor Samuel Kobina and Odyssey Abeto Abontin. So reducing taxes on fuel is a good call. GSE's composite index makes 22.34% gains, and Cocoa Board ends 6-year losing streak. Post 2.3 billion Ghana cedis profit in 2023. Nti na mabo modern asem munsabeka 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏 no na makenkan bi amai aha na emre ebema kwan amaye 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏 no isi.
Rachel, thank you so much. It's been a
while.
while.
Yes.
I hope you're doing well.
I'm doing
and
good.
And the family is doing also fine.
They are doing well.
All right. We thank God. But we'll take a quick break and then we'll return. We'll continue with the part 2 of the room.
There is always a story on the train of national discourse, a host of thorny issues begging intelligent analysis and unbiased scrutiny. But how do we interrogate these matters? Through the regular lens of partisanship or through a spectrum that focuses on the national good? The answer is the latter, and that is why the state is here. Here on the state, we turn our backs on the political gimmicks, ignoring the endless propaganda and opening our doors to honest and critical assessments on all matters of national interest. Our focus is to generate compelling solutions to the litany of problems in education, politics, health, governance, the economy, and all other areas of national life. We also bring you closer to the narratives on the streets, bringing you up to speed with the voices of ordinary men and women who cannot be heard. It's a platform of truth, objectivity, and impactful Christian-centered engagement designed to better the lot of all and sundry. Join me, 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗘, this and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Wesleyan TV for this all-new current affairs program. For sponsorship, please call 059-311-0733 or 025-625-3461. The State, probing the issues, digging the solutions.
Wesleyan TV, reaching out to the world.
Yen church Jumedia Sronqua Methodist Yashe at the Airbreb, yen church so Yebesia Adia, Afa, the Nim Efanyan Copon, Yesu Christo, Home, Kong, and the Sunny to your Gidiamo Anamo, a bepens and pens, a Gidiano Fapem, yen church, Yebepisa, Yebesia, na Yebehu. Kayawe, na yen sia the our yen church, so yen church, Yama Gidiano Adaho Pepe.
Therefore, Adia Chimbio, your call ye na so, your could die, your radia domunti. Ye sorry. I'm a fracco musuku, you may force so call Omunumaso. So soon da you, so one soon da you, ye catch sorry, na shrink. Sorry, na shrink, you may dear no pabusu, you may dear beer, ye day brain, said ye bear, ye bet me and yini. Na yenyi wo hunamu ne mpo etimi yenyini ewo adwene mu said ye be ya yenyina betimi akyekere oman na ya kyekere asafo na afi kra yetimi akyekere busua
ye behwe nsem a ekoso oman Ghana mu eni wiase afa na nyina
ye befa nsem yi afi ko wankrata mu eni abefo internet so
anape bia ye nsem a ema enidaso eni insatwaye ebebrɛ ye de onyankopɔn asɛm bebrɛ na ya hweso e de aboye bra afei kan ye hu anape bia na ye mfa enigye nsɛm embrɛ
eni nti afei kan ye ho
Anita Quarcoo
any Reverend Adzika Vincent Agdomena. Ewo Wesleyan TV so. Afe obetimi ahwe on WTV Ghana. Ewo Facebook so. Na afe Wesleyan TV Ghana. Ewo YouTube so. Sorry na shine.
Wake up to a purposeful day.
Jumedie aboafo bi te say
𝗟𝗜�10 Insurance, multi-credit savings and loans.
Ana Methodist University Ghana ana aso yasen.
No ake nye komiko nye bafata wo ike ha no ni ji enyo no bi eji he ni wo ke news analyst eta shin wo gbala sanje ami ni agbene wo ke hitu ke agbene nga wo fiu bafata ike ha nye keke be fale she nye ho nye twa keke kenye dwomo chomo e bafata ike ha wo ye ne ke lebi bo no chumo ne no ni wo wi ne papa the very reverend 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗘 ami here e bafata wo he leji director ke ha public relations ka agbene ecumenical affairs ke ha Methodist Church Ghana. Iyo ya kenye fenye na leche ninke bo wiwane eba fata wo here studio. Papa, good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome back.
Thank you.
You've been missing for a while. And we miss you, but thank you so much for joining us again.
You're welcome. Yes. I've been around, but it's just that
you've been busy.
I've been busy these days.
We miss you on the screens.
Yes, these days wherever you are able to connect virtually. Sure. So yes, I've been observing everything that goes on. Yes.
Interesting. All right, and so we want you to greet a few people before we go into the updates from the church.
Yes. So as usual. That Yankupon say and so or the Yankwache, the Inchia, a Kessia pa Emma, a papadnum, in conference office, Wesley Towers. Ichia and Papa presiding, Most Reverend Dr. Paul Kobnabwa for any Hoka for a Danyamiasi Ama Brabo, Jumakesia, Yamidiasha once I war, yes, as sooner. Yedi inchia kesie Emma yem papa Lee president ene ne honkafo ichia yem papa the administrative bishop right Reverend Michael Lee Botsman ene ne honkafo ama Elizabeth edanya miase Emma wo nyina wa brabo yem bishops nyina ene yedi inchia kesie pa Ebremo esrese nyame enhwemo so embo mo ho ban edwuma mo ye Emma Onyankopon ene oman Ghana any lay chairman for your senior secretaries. Men's fellowship. Sunday school teachers. In your near Dofo na ye church will be na yenfa sa kwenya we so na yenchia in your nom near Dofo omo ye North America diocese. Yenchia on stronko cry yenchia on kese pa every bishop so Bishop the Right Reverend Professor Emmanuel Lati Ichiano pa ne mama Bishop wa Ichiamo kese Bishop elect so ya nkasa ye papa Samuel Dubate nketia ne honkafo anti araba Ichiamo nyina Ichichia sorry impedimfo omo North America nyina se the presiding bishop in Chiakese edema mu nyina nyame nhira mu nyina ye sister ba ko ho no mu ya obuwa pa obu edwuma pa ono so ye friend no sister na
wow
ntino sister na kutoko ye chiao enne anope pa irade unhira unhira
so emenya another sister na good morning to you.
Okay. Sister na Mary Amon. Intino. I mean inshallah also. Yeah.
Okay. Papa, now I'm saying who were 2 weeks ni. Are there any updates from the church? Tell us what's been happening the last 2 weeks.
Okay. Intino. Senior Ankasa Ondimono. During the past 2 weeks Sorry, impending for the executive of our church, Echo North America, ye can ye ever had no say, Umbeko diocese nimu, ever North America. Ako di juma akesi bi ewo honum e de aboa asori ne empuntu nti ye commissioning service ewo hanum no ewie ye no na ye call North America enso ye commissioning service ewo honum nti on the 29th of June and the 30th no it was the commissioning of the candidate asofwa yatete won omwa na yebeji won se won behye won probation for 3 years na se no ewo North America diocese ni mo no saa dwumedie we nyina ebaso ewo Newark circuit ewo New Jersey ewo America memo nti mpenimfo ekọ honom ekodi sa adwuma no na 30th no was ordination nine asofwa nyame adom wafa ntiti mu for 6 years no afi na chese ye de ensa egu won so nanka usually no we no nanka sese ebi omo beka Ghana for ho ewo conference time in August no nanka yaye nanso mpenimfo eje dispensation bi ema won se na ebe ya ye betumi aye one day no ahead of time is and say transporting all of them and their families down here to Accra and to Kumasi and we nyina no hu say ya na chese cost no high ni ade ha na eno nso sa event we nso no mfa so ba kwa wo no say it boosts the confidence of the diocese in the diaspora na ma won so utumi
say penye free hanoma
akohono na asori ni nyina etai won chi na ete say wo amanone no yinja won esa ha sometimes when they are in the diaspora sa na se bon hu senya ifie for ene won di nkita ho di a ma distance bi eba sometimes emotionally ni we nyina but when they see impending force say mo aba mo no won yedi dwuma ene ade sa na hu se eno so etumi eboa pa nti no eba no to say the spread of even the gospel in the diaspora, in the church, in the communities, with this kind of activities, ebuapa, into no, yejuma na chese ihia pa, chese na se impending for ekoye. Added to that, no, there were so many other meetings, enkeka ho presiding administrative bishop ne lay president no they were engaging na ni nyina no eboa asori no kan ko ni asori no empuntu
it's a weekend way so and then Tuesday until we have 3 days before the weekend
just presiding by na oni executive ni nyina umbesin ye eko Kumasi evangelist for so na chese almost wie omo entity ya say ye gi won na afi almost hye omo dwuma ase e wa sorry mu so no eno nso nyame ncha ade oba ye na eno nso Kumasi diocese mu ekoye eno nso eka ho nti no nse dwumedie ne ekoso pa na wotwe wei mu enso ye hu se sisi ya no enche na ye beko GPC in July GPC no eno na yedisi kwan ema conference no in the conference year enti no chese meetings say koso nyina various advisory teams meetings and then the advisory teams also meeting the executive with their reports and we nyina no eno so nyina is ongoing sisi ya enti no chese this week yimo dwuma kese pa ewo hono ye kese ya na hu se producer edi North America we know eno na chese o de ababeto yen screen ni so no hu we ye ordinance no chese ye de ensa egu won so na ya je won mo ababe ye asofo ya odin ni won ewo asafo ni mu nti wo hu say the various organizations ni nyina so bia she no uniform fe so the church as you see in Ghana no the same ewo honum in the community ewo diaspora mu no nti no say na che say e dia honkeka bi ni enije bi aba ewo asafo ni mu na senior entity na ekoso ewo hanom no the same thing na ekoso ewo honum so a che say enuanum ne adofo mu bu edwuma pa nti hu say general director for ministries papa imperi jechi eka ho ono so odi sumni ni hu ne so ugina wo hu say papa the Takwa Diocesan bishop Dot ono so ejina honum hu lay president ewo honum mpenimfo ewo honum bishop owo North America Diocese hu say ono so na ewo honum no professor Lati hu ewo honum ube say Ija Kujo Ajiman or past lay chairman ewo North America Diocese ono so ejina esoro honum bi ene asofu mpenimfo bebre into no North America Diocese no say from United States echo Canada and Australia and so ni nyina omuka bom and sa diocese into no representatives from all over sa nations nyina they were there to Canada for the delegation pa na kansa na yichia of Piniapia or Canada and Canada so for ni nyina ichi omu nyina sonko kra
papa na uka GPC hu nsensem we na wa my dating so
enti ye ka GPC hu nsem ya na chese producer enti na chese from 17th nyame ya adoma na chese GPC baso enti no yigu ahomboaso nsisi BS se ye ansana eno abaso no yigu ahomboaso pa chese mpenimfo atenasia would say Jumani nyina if you registered trustees of the church report any juma ese omo ye nyina ubia ne de abc the all the various directorates and advisory teams wo mu nyina ubia ye ne dwuma se ne se woye
Yo, Papa, that's it, pa. Now, it will still remain in the church, but Bishop 𝗟𝗏𝗘 has admonished all of us. Say your property will be family, so that we use it for the work of God. It's part of our properties, and but we will be brave. Now we're 5, 6, 7, we're 2. Now feel say one can go into God's work. You can do so because or say that you be now kokra within edaso. Your name would forever remain engraved in the history of the church. What do you say to this?
Oh, as papa na yem papa the bishop of the Northern Accra Diocese no. Yem papa professor bishop 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏 bibia ugina ekasa ye no kra na ye me depa isanse eho ye me home society. Okay. I'm candidate free. Emmanuel. Inti no chese na ugina me busu fie na okasa denti me te say o kasa kra fi Emmanuel no kra na me ni age kra so nko kra enti papa anope yechia papa kese pa na asema o kan ye no so no hu say asema over the years no young papa throughout the years say he's been in ministry for some time just say he knows what goes on in the lives of people, in the life people and the ministry ni now combine here. He knows ni na or the iradia sem so eto ho a obia wo abrabo yimu o bobra say there is an aftermath say wo free hanom ekwa there is an aftermath Inti sa aftermath no ena oka ho asem no hwe ubetumi aye bibia che se sebio se nyame eto nsa frɛ na se wokɔ na kyerɛ sɛ no ane no nanso ɔpa kyerɛ sɛ yɛmfa yɛn bibi emma a ɛbɛyɛ enkae dum bi ama yɛn a ɛbɛyɛ bibi a yɛde si hɔ no mo a nkɔfo ebitumi hu na wɔde akae yɛn sɛ wo nyɛ no nko a ne ɔno ɔka bi mu so ne sɛ yɛyɛ ne saa so a edikan na yɛboa nyame adwuma ɛma mpuntuo abem a ehia pa sɛ wo Kristo ni bia no ade baako so a wo hia pa ne sɛ nyame adwuma ɔde ahyɛ yɛ nyina yɛn nsa no yɛbɛboa na sɛ adwuma ne bɛkɔ so a abiri bebre no ɛyɛ na yɛhia sɛ yɛbɛnya resources akadie bi ɛde ayɛ na ɛno na ɔka sɛ wo dwapadeɛ bi sɛ yɛ danyu sɛ yɛ kaa o sɛ yɛ denyu dwapadeɛ bi a wo bi a wobɛtumi ɛde kakra aboa no ɛyɛ afa boa na wo de sɛ bibi sɛ landed property kra ɛboa sɛ wo ni hɔ mpo a yɛbɛtumi ɛde akae wo sɛ saa osi mesi wei saa maami wei saa papa wei ɔno ɔte ase no edwuma ɔyɛ no ebi nie hu sɛ nkɔfo isi asɔre dan hu sɛ nkɔfo isi mission house
baako bi a yɛhwɛ wɔ ha no
exactly
Grace Methodist Church
saa ɛhɔ nom no ɛyɛ bibi a ma serve wɔ hɔ nom ahwɛ ɛhɔ nom nyinaa ekofurudia efi tinkɔn na ɛhyɛ tinkɔn ase nti efi hɔ nom nyinaa ɛkɔ no nyinaa ma serve ɛwɔ hɔ nom ahwɛ asɔre no nyinaa so nti yɛhyɛ we na se ni nyina sa asori no ni foundation na se no me wo ho ansa na nkakra akra nti ekyire ya obeso mu no ni nyina no meti ni nyina nti na ye sre nyame nhira e de ama no because e hon medwuma na ya na enye easy sa nanso se nyame de to obi akoma so sei na se utumi ya na aboa sa edan sei no a nyame enam obi so e de aba no senia yan papa prof eken ebia ni we no I to say papa wo hwa no say papa esibi no say eye bibia oye e de aka ne maame aha nti no we no obe hu say forever no ne maame din ayeden ababeka
the whole family would remember
exactly and not just the family the whole community won say a change say fasa akwan ne so a it's on the main road it's Sikwan Hope it's on the main road going to Koforudia so Sunny Honum Adoso anyway no it's on the main road into no ubia bi hu sa dan we any price before there walk no and then there's also another one it has changed the skyline of that community the honum nyina na ayede asesa kra into no da nyame ase time ameye ejuma ewo hodom na yem papa bishop asarikusi onne no yem super sa time no nti no you can imagine say ono so nini ewo sa circuit no any project ewo ho wa contribute pa in diverse ways say to bring it this far nti no me de minim pa say eye ni jesem baako pa say sa project we it has seen the light of day by its completion.
Yeah. And when I make say, me say children's service for canopy ase. It's the same way as someone has dedicated time, money, and resources into building a chapel for the community. Obi to me, AC at least a small place in Kwafo, in Kwalani, they can stay there and then learn the word of God. Because if you are if you are bad, then you have to shift. But from this side, you have to shift.
Exactly. Say presiding bishop Aka say, sorry, dining and project near there. We should always make room
for the children.
Create a space, conducive space. The atmosphere will be good for the teaching and learning for our children. The teaching and learning of the scripture, any other nyoma eboa in the development of the child ni nyina no waka say esese yetumi accommodate in the structural development bia of yankasa ya sorry dan ne other project ni ade nti asempa papa say ne woken ne wehu migi di pa say Sunday school teachers no omuni beji pa say miss na easy we are ma the presiding bishop so na na kuma so pa when it comes to the children and kwampo na the policy or the by say one hot meal a month for the kids, all the children in our
papa say no and also cost so fine
and you know sisi ano ne be ne say ye ko GPC na ye be ko conference ni ade say reporter eba no bitumi hu ewo mu say is it working in the various dioceses or in the various dioceses ne say ye adwuma say ye hu ewo mu nti through children's ministry directorate no omo report omo de beba no say omo kan bibi na ye hu say ye adwuma na say enye adwuma into the enemy say baby no they are actively involved in the affairs of the children and they are doing all these things into no me GDP say e be reports in the no na ye hu ewom say ade na ekoso.
Okay. Osafo Kenneth Atasafo, good morning to you wherever you are. We hope that you are watching and then you're taking note of what we are also saying here. But Osafo yenko Akosombo, it's almost a year the spillage happened. It happened somewhere around September, October. I say VRA has also given an indication, or Moody reports, I bet to just say they want to spill it. But this time around, they've given letters and notices to the various stakeholders involved. Should we continue spilling? For how long? Because individuals have contributed to getting settlement, new settlements for these affected persons. Some media houses have also done the same. Some ministers in parliament have also done very good works there. We are going to spill it again. What happens to the
Methodist Church has
that's what I'm saying. The Methodist Church Ghana, most of the churches, the big churches you know, have also contributed. Not just the Scandinavians are cool.
Oh, yeah, the bomb pie say ensign enku wiesa.
Okay.
Enti no the person who say what measures is the VRA any mpenimfo a ehwe yen dam ne so no de ben hyehyɛ na wodi gu akwan mu a afi wo spilia enko ha adwen sɛnea yehunu afi a abɛsen kɔ no na we yebetumi aka sɛ yan spile yimbie dam no na nsuo ni bi amma mbɛsen ankɔ so a afi the whole structure ni nyina nso ɛno nso eba bi bu egumu a na kyerɛ sɛ Ghana ɛne aman bi a etwa yɛn ho ehia wonya enyinam nkanea efiri yɛn ho no wonsa enka na ekoba ne saa dia na kyerɛ sɛ ɔman ni nyina yi ɔmo hwɛ so no yedi ɔman no hwamo nti ni sɛ ba ne saa nti yɛpɛsɛ yehu concrete practical solutions bi a yɛde ato hɔ nom sɛ yɛba bɛ spili nyɛ sɛ yɛ spili na kɛkɛ sɛ spili na nti na yɛ spili na emom yɛ spili a ɛbɛfa sei ɛbɛkɔ sei
nti na people in that enclave will know what to
do how to manage themselves and afi so no yɛate sɛ spillage na nkasa no yɛnyɛ ne kɛkɛ ebi ɔmo wɔ quantity bi ɔmo bɛ spili at a particular time a kyerɛ sɛ no ebetumi aba abɛsia akɔ because nsa hɔ no nyinaa ɛbɛsia ɛkɔ ɛponi mu a kyerɛ sɛ nka ɛmfa ɔhaw bi amba nti yɛspele no gradually na sɛ yɛ ntwɛn na nkonko yɛ wi na fi na yebie ya na aba ba eti sɛ nowest time na flood na ba na pija dan ni bibia
because last year you could see that they were using ferries and all that to get some of their items out of the place.
Using boats ni we ni ade life jacket na so mo share ni we ni ade nyina
because utomu so uni baby a wokɔ
exactly na wo hu nyoma nsuo no so yes spele na sa eba debris ne we ya nyoma de ba no wonnim ne ewo mu kwampo eba na nsuo so eba wontumi engina no you can't stop water in its way nti ba na ebi akofa dade bi fi bebi wugina ho ebepem wa eno ane no so and nyamincha de eba ne say ye no Methodist Church last year Methodist Church Ghana ebo modern so ye ko honum ko ye Indonesian. We went there, visited the people, and we had first-hand experience of what was going on. Inti we share communities in mu bi no. Na bibia nsuo ne ba fie be fa adan ahodo ne ade no. Na chese ehu. Inti just imagine say oh da ho no man adwo na say we ya bet and say
less than a year.
Na say we dwane a you don't even know
where to go to.
Exactly. Because the water can even run faster than we one kasa nipa no. Inti ye dey radias say announcement aba. Inti practical solution bia ye de beto ho a ye de be go akwan mu a emma devastation bia enkoba ankoye te say ekoha nipa ene won dwapade lives and property ekoha adwe no da bi ye mfasa no ma nyina engu akwan mu a sa oseye no ano ebeba fom.
Because when we talk about spillage, we are not even centered solely on what is happening in Nakosomo, but you go to 𝗦cie and then its environs, you realize that they also face similar problems in a year or two. Some years back, we realized that they also had the same situation. What are assemblies not doing what they are supposed to do? Because you see that someone has built in waterway, they'll go, they'll market, stop work, produce permit, and then sometimes it ends there until the water is spilled, until the place has been earmarked for a particular project before you see some bulldozers bringing down the buildings and all that. Are assemblies not doing what they are supposed to do?
Miss, now I can say it's a combination of both the activities of the assembly and then the citizenry as well. It was share yankasa yentime mufo no ene won so ayede aban adwuma ahya won sase wonye ye kan ni nyina bomu a ena ede yen ekowie bebi a ede yen wie nti wo ka 𝗦cie asemi 𝗦cie da no na ye kan wa hanom se ya market some meters away from the river arch say any say 𝗦cie honom no ese se nka nkofo ekosi edan ewo nanso wu se bebi a ye waterlogged we no krampo no mashi areas no krampo no na ye fele na afia ede ye sidan ewo honom ye ko ben nsuo no ye ma warning nti no wo a wo kwakosi sa dan no honom no wo ti oman ni mu you know say e honom enye nanso wo ye ewo honom eno ye one assembly ne so a esese wo hwe se nipa no ye ma won kwan ma won ma mesi sa dan wo ho no won so wo ho intina make us a combination of all those factors no intina esa assembly ne de ne nancy form sa yen water bodies we are protecting it intino ye ma kwan ma you don't come this close into wo sha ase na ya de nancy form na ye free ho no e ba ne sa you have that area ye ka say ya nhwe ni ye na 𝗦cie nyame emfa massa se could do baby yes it could do baby na se 𝗦cie no ye spelisa ne Akosomo die eye ya ebetumi afa sa tetegu ho no anyway ni ade sampa valley abefa part of Dansoman akopunim sanity you
sometimes it floods the whole that road itself.
Yes, inti wo hwe ho no pambros ho no ni we ni ade won se sai ho no e demand de ba Dansoman na besen ko
pambros fo so ayo mu salta salting na so besen
yes inti no hu se ese ye bo modern se e ba no sa nyoma we na the authorities have a role to play. The citizenry also have a role to play. Yeah, ti o man mu na yeah man ma ye wo man mu. Ese se yen so ye tumi ehun say this is right, this is wrong. Na ye nye. Nti ne say wo feel say oh yes me si dan wa ha but me de me si. Na wa yere ho na asase no wa koto. Oto asase no so hu se nsuo wo mu nsuo pete kakra na nsuo kra eba ho no na wodi we twetwa ho no afi wie na nsuo no river no overflow its banks aka na eba fie ho no ma na wo se nadumu na wo frɛ na irade but we no a practical issue a esese ye hu se this one yentumi enye ne sa untumi nsi dan ensi waterway untumi nsi dan ensi river bank sa so ubeye na sa I just say ya mawo the right way ebia to say na ye resort ni ade ya ye beach houses ni ade there is a way ye na enkofa oye ni bia emba now if you've not gone through that process na baby esi means dan no akwakosi na obi say residential nipa bebre no akwakotena insuo na no eno na dey how ebe
so for your Volta part akosombo eba middle part Wager Dam your up north Bagri Dam the spillage affects almost all these communities are in and around the places are dam can't we save these insuo way? Because the people up north, they always complain. Tamale senior high school, some time back, they complained about water shortage hitting the schools. We'll come to Accra and we also complain about the same thing. You are paying water bill, but why is it that the one village, one dam thing is not in progress? Because these dams could actually hold or reserve some of these waters for us. And then when it's time for us to also get it, we'll get it in our homes. Because you go to advanced countries and the tap never runs dry. Yeah. It's always flowing. Why can't we have it in this country?
Inti o say abanye was we ka say wo ye project bi e wo up north president eko kate ho sword ni ade a yes enka ebetumi aboa say ebe reserve a lot of the water.
Yeah.
From we BCN you share that in significant progress. So ewo sa Alugu Dam no ene ne keka ho no ena who say bibia one village one dam so a very very laudable initiative, very good. I bet to me aboa to irrigate the various farming lands yewo ewo up north honom major food basket de eduane ebre oman ni nyina and even export impo no nanso dams here you be to me the aboy enu mumu no sometimes ebe ye the destructive factor che say eno nsuo no yesfelia and in farms na
it's spoils the farms
na be fa nyina ko inti the wa harvest cry oba beton no nsuo no yesfeli na basa na be sesa nyina.
And you're advocating that by the year 2030 there will be zero hunger in this part of the world.
Yes.
Because we are going according to the Sustainable Development Goals.
Yes, no bebe mu na say yenya sustainable irrigation project ebeboa ye various farming areas, you know, especially up north. Sometimes in the dry season, you know, who say just say and senior weather no eteno honum enough for mokra into no say yenya dams smaller ones, one village one dam and we near there can say yenya na amwa na major reservoir ye pese ye I be to me about to say Alugu Dam ne ne akeka ho no expansion project ne ade na say yintumi anya sa nyoma we ya ye dey see ni so na in 5 years to come no nyame mfa sa ma wan hwe yi a bibi esia obehu na a whole community and say a bigger part of a region will be washed away by flood. That shouldn't be our portion as a nation. Into no ye bompa ye say the mpenimfo oye no pragmatic steps na wo dia to kwan mo no irade enya adom na wontumi enye they should follow it through to the end. Eba ne sadia ebeboa ye mpa
yo papa yeda sepa na ohwe SSNIT Social Security and National Insurance Trust in sense my PS some weeks back concerning the sale of some 4 hotels. They say director na abeka say that's the Director General Kofi Bosompim Osafoma say one of the hotels have actually paid dividends in the last 2 years, but since its inception in the 1990s they haven't paid dividends, but in the last 2 years they have. Why can't we take that one hotel out? Because then they've been able to at least pay us something so that we give the 3 out and maintain the 1.
Oh, say management issues, any managing projects near the no. Eya ehwa sebe no. Eya na ehwa sebe kan no. kakra ese oto boase na wotiase the whole management concept omukuta omudeyen ese wotiase yi na till now no afi na I to say snippets of information near the ever out. And this is what we keep saying all along. Say, if you can communicate well, and if you can tell us what is actually going on, na watch it, I'm sure say well meaningful Ghanaians will understand. Say, oh, okay, it is right for us to maybe
sell it or not,
give this project to other people to come and handle. Me say in the report, no, can say in times past, no, they've given it to external managers to manage it, but no, they've not seen the kind of profitability that they were looking for. Now, from the 1990s, no dividends done by, but afi ena. In the last 2 years, no dividends be. Then you can say even our economy is turning the corner. No grandpa. Not just say Labadi Beach hotel say you bet me. I can say it has also turned the corner with regards to its profitability.
Patronize it is a first.
Sisi adia nkofo patronize. Sisi adia normal ye. Na say to say you don't change a winning team no. Unanka. The winning team whatever management you have put in place we some progress say we resources profit that is to us with our layman's thinking and in our own ideas. Once we have seen some progress, if you can invest more and then put in some resources until without adding any politics, any partisanship, any and say this one is straightforward. Say profitability be into nonka and but say a man is idea, then you need to let us know why
it can be so.
It cannot be so. You need to come out clearly. So because this is a public asset, we have vested interest. Ubia we adwuma wo Ghana, utua senate we near there, o maame o papa, ubia ya maame no ubia wo interest because the senate conform it affects your pensions. And they should come out well and come and give us proper information. No munjai piecemeal approach that information
Okay. So for Osha, you take a look at what is happening at Labadi Beach. The same thing that was done to bring out some dividends in the last 2 years. For example, the Ridge Royal Hotel was built some 2-3 years or more back. So the first year, not profits being in free. In the last 2 years, Labadi Beach has brought us some dividends. Couldn't we have used that same measures, that same procedure, to bring out some dividend from the newly built Ridge Royal Hotel?
And that's exactly what I've said, and so you agree with me, say, yeah, can say, say management, within the last 3, 4, 5 years, it took some time for us to realize some dividends within the last 2 years. Minjin this last 2 years na chese shase na afinioma year if taking some time maybe 5 years be na aba intino sa strategy no, why don't you use that strategy, reinforce it, and then that is but you see you cannot also say this is how it's supposed to be by force, because in management, strategy anyway, diversification, we need to know what is actually happening, and then
if it will work for the other ones.
Exactly, and then also what are the experts saying concerning the profitability? If we replicate whatever is happening at Labadi Beach in the other areas now, will it bring us those results we are looking for in terms of the profitability? Or if we give it out, how much revenue are we going to get? How profitable is it going to be for us, especially in the long run? Yeah, Tom Sisia Nase, the stake, Emma. Sky Binyan, what are we going to do with it? Because that money needs to be invested because it's for the pensions of the ordinary person in the nation. Intino, and say we training na. Yes, bia okwakoji abakrampo na sisi economic issues abawi asimu. Unyi scan krampo na de koye investment bi na behwe within some few way na hwim eno kwako down the lane na nka say we maintain we no. So we need a comprehensive analysis of this whole thing. But I have to say at the end eba in piecemeal be anyway they are to me NTSA. Maybe some expect somewhere could give us better clarification into this. But yeah, I teach you know, the information now is difficult for us to fully analyze it.
Okay. So in principle, would you agree that if a state asset is not performing well, we should privatize it? Well, so from Pacho, hold on with your answer. If there's maybe a phone line, snap your phone. So, we've given an update from the Methodist Church Ghana, and then there's also an encouragement to all Christians, asking that if you have some properties, you can also give out some to the church. VRA has hinted on potential dam spillage to give access to the dam, some breathing space to the Akosombo Dam. Then again, we've been discussing the SNIT. Who is defending its viable sale of the 60% stake in some hotels, some 4 hotels in this country. And we've been saying that these hotels are our own monies because some of us have paid SNIT and all that. We have all contributed. And so if there's any other thing that needs to be done, we should be in the known. The phone lines are activated. Please do all to call. And when you call, lower the volume of your television set 025-625-3461 or 053-835-0625. So you can call now. What's up?
Back to our question. Privatization. Privatization. For every nation to develop, you need a stronger private sector. Yes.
So most of our ministries, agencies, departments, we should privatize it.
So if you see, there are certain essential services. If you say you want to wholly privatize it, it might not help.
Which like which ones?
So, for instance, like energy.
Okay.
Like water. Like essential, like health. You can't. But there are some other sectors as well. You can.
Okay.
And even with energy, with water, there are portions of it that maybe you can privatize them, and then it makes running of it strong because for telecom, the other time now you can telecom sector privatization by it. You saw the competitiveness that came into the system. Into privatizing companies and I say we are non-profitable no. Because obi ekwa edwuma ye government edwuma the attitude to work or ye edwuma na o can say ade wan ye ni ya o say ya ban edwuma
so if privatization of it would work, why don't we privatize the essentials aspect you're talking about? Because we are talking about water. You go and call them. There's tube nibi apai or baby. You can call them. You can call them for a month and they won't even come. So if privatization is going to help, because then you have obstructed the flow of water from one point to the other, because the next person in front of that or beside that lines won't get the water. So if privatization of it would make it work, why not?
And also no. To me, and sorry, I said you na yenkase ye it may have to go through various forms of legislation. Yeah, impending for a parliament honorable see ebehwe no one discussing and sana afi you decide this is where we want to go. But so one analyze here bibia ye privatize bia no private individual no ba with profit making. So, essential services, privatizing just like that. Say on a blanket, we privatize here. But with that profit-making approach now, it me man the business in a year now. It's an sort of profit in intino. We are dear, no, the better so no, or the better so. Unlike where because it's an essential commodity, everybody needs water. You government will subsidize. Not the vulnerable person in the village. In the no so need. So
interesting. About your phone lines is on fireman afraid. Fireman, good morning.
Morning. Alita, you never forget.
Yami Adomo.
In that appeal, we perceive God nothing a card out is Bishop na Abasupa. I don't think I can say. As some more kind said, but who your property sir? I was said, who to me yet be my sorry no. Many 100%. Because Yame Anna my sorry so. I'm a couple of Brian. And he said, yeah, papa, or that national service. Ni mami bunya ya miya manu no kacha falani so nya ya me beye ni pakete ama okesia sorry die e di mama ga di sasafo no intimetre obi bia na wo tike bia no na nyama wo properties bebre no amenu wo yewo na pastor ndin kan na ebekwa amanya me so anam so ehira wo generation nyina ana be sanko atim youth no mo wonu before mabaso transport na miti kala ka meko e komo aye demonstration ba adenti na meka ni say tendo ma yesi meko ni say 95% aye na ye just domination wonu tendo ma ebetu me produce football papa ombetu me tu me kaye e dia mo man Ghana but ye just domination wonu ye do mo ni sika so ene e ye ti mesre abai omo dia no fa ni nation na stadium no Sports minister, so next one, never so that tell them never complete, and yet I had a better no, and that's a papa. Chancellor may got this chef in the so. May didn't we are papa. I don't know what they say. Nana Boro on the body chubby. Shut down the fire. Nana Boro, never knew we are doing 100%. Keep chef, what for the Ghana? We'll book on anymore. Mitra, I did prepare until you yes, sentence to the right in prison. Tanya Kasudia, your money Bedina, your funny say, Independence Square. No apologizing for my uncle reading to me now. They don't say, well, now get down. No fat chopper and Bembra. No cassette, we do what I said. Money a million man.
Your fireman, yeah, that's it. Also, bet me a phrase 02562534661 and I face 053. 8350625. Papa, paper chona.
Fireman, ne last word do you see and yet Bibia on a station like this we want to encourage no as evening na wa kan fefe na so ne odi beta ye chiri die no we want to dissociate ourselves from such comments and yet we don't use such intemperate language on medium okay. Yeah course no na yeah can about privatization ho asem ewo mine nimo na yeah can say when you do privatization na eboa pa ema omine no etumi etumpon nti no ohwe aman a etumpon akonwe nim no ebinom a the private sector is strong. Yate in times past, the government here was so any other governments, Quarcoo say private sector is the engine of growth. So, into no, I know the here pass you to me a year. Na moment yes ebia dwume bia na dwume ku bia na che say blanket na yes ye akọ privatize say obi amra emeso because individual and as a company be there obi a oye ne ono anka say ne dwuma ne de oba ope emfaso nti emfaso no de no so say wo nipa na dwemu bebri sa na ne ebo de beto so no wonhwe ni yi na che say akosora timimfo no intumi inyis campo na wode atobi.
Okay. So for answer na you beto aso no akoye last story is yen ko tano sombra. Adam, good morning. Hello Adam, good morning.
Good morning. Nah.
Yes, Papa, good morning.
Good morning. Hajo so for pon e kan ye no. Say people come Methodist no. Yen hwese you be bi kakra e bi to be so ja asore no.
Yeah.
Eye pa kanefo no. Sa no mu ye ya. Methodist ejua trofo saa no mu ye ukomi kuromu a president secretary kwa mai trofo ntimi ja asase edo koko obi asase o individual edi chai achepa yekwa di ya mehunu say di pano sese nyina e wo ho kanya catechism wo ko ho ani asofo ko ho nyina nebire mo sofo kura di ko ho a ho na asoroma no edo tinye biane ma asofo no sofo no apekura onso bedo awunya enti ayi pa no akate trofo no ye enti yesu am se ono eso mpanyinti bia uhuru bi wotete ho no enti yenhie nkran na se ubi bia yemfanya asore no ye wo le kura no a yemfa kakra enya asore no je bona basu do ase.
All right, yes, so yeah, that's it. Papa, Yanko Western Region Axim. On the 27th of April 2018, and the sword was cut for the commencement of a sporting complex. Yeka say it was part of a $12 million stadium facilities across the whole country. But Axim Dieno, $1 million USD. And na Anko yes, sa ejumano. Oma yewi, sisa yeka say yatum 95% done. Yet we cannot use it. The youth are set to demonstrate. So, but Emmanuel line so. Okay. Emmanuel, good morning. Hello, Emmanuel, kwame down. So, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Nyame adomo.
Le place c'est ça. Nyame encha mu papa le bois d'aman. Na we met papa. Yes, from. Ya e wo kwame da set before. Ya ho ti e plan ya se kuma ti da omo ti o mani ile baye abra ya bre wa ni enso ya ni ti mu ama ni ti akoko plan ti o meta
Emmanuel me pacho only producer enkasa we tree obeji will consent in na wa channel to the right authorities me pacho yeah that's it papa pacho na ye kan axim home sensem
can say from the newspapers reporting, Yeja project, no, is honum for a long time. It's a 2018, this is Abria. It's been a while. Yeja project, is honum, Ama project, no, essay.
Something about your young call, Ashalibo Chamber. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, Papa Mpacho yenzo aso.
Okay. Na se ohwe baby a Axim wo ya. Nse chese eben epo.
Oh, okay. This is the project.
Intino bibia eben epo a chese mframa ebo a etumi ede enchine ewo mframa nmu eba no. Se wanhwe ni yi na wan ma wonsa anko ho a ebesai. Na ne ya ne se projector ebe boa oman no nipa wo oman ni mu no ebetumi edi aye bibi ema eho emfaso bi abro oman no na ye gya ne saa se na ye hu ya infoni a ye hu ye gya ne se ya ema wo hwe nkonwa wo honom wo hwe pool se sisi honom ne ade ema ni nyina ayese ya na one hwe ya in some few way to come no yentumi mfa anya hwe.
Yes, because even coronavirus it halted the process. After COVID-19, you've been able to complete it 95% done. You have washrooms, we have ICT center, we have a counseling center, we have a track and multi-purpose sports courts, we have restaurant, toilet facilities, washrooms and all that. Yet we've left it to rot.
Badness happen na yet to say omano omo ayedi adwuma hye omonsa se omonhwe sa asoye honum na wonsiesie no ye bebisa se edi empa ni adwuma wo ye wo honum esan se aba ne se no se emrantie ne emaba wo kro yi mu wa Aximi ankeka won ho a the rest of the nation ebikwa na yenim se bibisa eko so ewo ho no but ye won krofo bi adwumeku bi a ye di sa we ni na ahye omonsa.
The question is people and still not use the place.
Exactly, the question is adenti na akoba ne sa so ena meka say ohun say someone keka omo ho a nka me ne wo nka ye nim say bibisa ekoso nanso obi ewo ho a ye de saa de no ahye ne nsa say eye ne dwuma ese so oye nti saa nkrofo no e de dwuma na omo ye nti a omo ntumi emma ade passe no oman no enya ho emfaso.
So the MC has been given a letter and on Kasai. Is it that the MC is not seeing what is happening there? Or who said then is rotting away gradually?
Asema meka na ani. So nti wo ho na moso ye de ahye monsa. Oman na dwapade ye de ahye monsa ye se mo ye na emfaso bi ba no. Nti what exactly are those people doing? Enu nti ye jai ema ye dwapade no akwakodu sa mpempenso a edwin. Ye be srese ni esese ye bia sa stadium we no ebetumi asanye be gina ne nan so repairs bi ese ye nso ano ayesa achesa ade no ebese kra na already nankasa ne yankasa asoman no yensika no enoso de bia ye kopa bi na enya kakra so na de aye bibia ye dwapade ma ye nso na ye aye nhwe ha ye jai ne sa ma na tete na chesa afie say san kopesika foforo na ye de be
Meanwhile, some time back we were talking about sporting complex and the fact that we wanted to host the is it the African Cup of Nations?
Yes.
Quite recently, and we had a facility like this, all African games. So we had a facility like this, and we had to go and push money into another facility to help, make it quick for us to use. Okay. Papa, your call line is 9 Abeku Nkasansa ya bawo hobium. Abeku, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Nana. Good morning.
Yami adomo Abeku.
Also for me here, so bibi aboko de ye hu wache.
Yami adom ye she ho, yami adom bibi aboko ye ho.
Yami ase. Also for esipon for asemi na takwa di for asemi.
Azim. Okay.
In fact, a big disappointment. Say, you bet me it's car. Aye, a Japadia to see. Remember, they want to use the thing. And somebody has just logged it. Say, the thing is completed.
95% completed.
No,
I got 5%.
The way at Etienne, someone 5% in Sukrana, we can still use it.
Yeah.
So what is preventing us from using it? It is so sad. In fact, maybe demonstration will bring us some results. Otherwise, the sports minister must lose his job.
Exactly.
The second issue too is also for Bishop Adzika.
Yeah.
Asam no kan. Me imagine mo say ODBB ma asori na ye real to so ye nkrata to so because that be would ni wa nkomo we grade your properties ama asori but because of willing won't be a no abase oba beje if you asori no ho nti the best thing is say ODBB ma asori ya this is a Sunday we NSS boss no is here so that man so
yeah
he should document it say and then media just for the church it has to be documented so that be obi mba megina ho enka say o chief ya so ne say madam ase money ya menye adwuma
Abeku that's it yeah. So I think that it's a right call. Yeah, we need to put a pen on paper and then say that this one it doesn't belong to.
Yeah.
But also we spent about
Bishop is in Ekan.
Your will.
Yeah. Until you go through the legal process. Method is a sorry so processor. You go through. And say it becomes the property of the church going forward. In Kofo Bebri aye. Is encouraging others to also follow suit.
Okay. So for answer no be rapia pa my the compensations, scale call compensations more for the sporting complex no. 385,000 Ghana cedis out of the 1 million USD the basis sporting complex. Is down the drain. So for rapia my
it shouldn't be we shouldn't allow it to go down the drain.
Okay.
we should salvage the situation, whatever that is left, and then do whatever we can to put it back into good use. Say ye kase ye be jai na ya hwe na akọ down the drain na che say nyame de odi ahye yensa no ya mo ye ho modern say ye betumi abo ho ban. But we should salvage whatever we have now. Na yenhwe, is it an issue say bia say nye we nkwa. There was an issue of a school bia you see here because final payment and contractor no want he locked it up. Into no government project near there, but say enhye e wo ho nti na me bisa say hena hwan na ye de ade e share nsa. There are people who are in charge and they must do what should be done. Say and no oye wedwuma ni wi a we can put this into good use. Adenti na ube jai adie we isi ho no mo abesi sabri edin asem na aba. Is it an issue say contractor no ni final payment ni nsanka ya na intino
sports minister nso na
intino sports minister ono no ye in charge e wo sa we nyina ho. They should make sure say they come out with a sustainable solution be for this way. May you say ensay keke. You just say ensay keke na you could see biumu and answer a quiet day and answer and the community no so senka sports we were omuti me ba be bobo nkofo bobo matcha oni oton ice water be kwa koton ice water e wo ho no ni oton polo e be kwa koton polo e wo ni oton dokono be kwa koton dokono na che se eno so edisika
all African games ikwa ka disika be ba
aba community ni mu esipon e wo ho se ye kwa koye bibi kase e wo esipon a such other communities e ben a won so stadium me Western Central.
Western Central. Okay.
Intino say kese na wo isipon second we na say other ones ni na eba apa say ye big event be ho no you can use even the smaller ones no e feed kese no event be eba Adzima you betumi akwa ye e stadium ni na the economic activity ema life e wo krom ho no etumi ekosoro ema enipa no so etumi ye adwuma nkete don't look at the stadium no say ye ko ball pe e wo ho nti na ya mobile na ye den there be we should have a total economic way in mind that just say no nti no you allow it to function. Now we dear is a no. You best say they say ye bia so that this project comes up well for us.
Papa, nyame show for your time.
Asida nyame de
all the advice
na yesre nyame nshira ama ubibia ya hwefo nyina yesre nyame nshira ama ubia ene ye kano na ka say ye ebusuafo ewo North America diocese yichia mo pa ye de nyame nshira ebre mo pa mebebo no na edinu nkrofo no doso pa na asemba ko ne say miss na we popular pa so for Adzika we popular pa America nyina almost kwa miss na ma miss na so for Adzika ni Madam Rachel intino sister Mildred me akasa me cousin sister Mildred ewo North America diocese ni mu ne sumafo ni nyina Madam Pearl the secretary ye chia mu nyina yorade onhira mu nyina
amen into yes so ya jimu greetings na mo de brain nyina ya dasepa nyame enkoso a enhira mu. Thank you so much for joining us on the Ruba. We'll be back with Apple Modern and Afin so insurance minute ya papa ni kasa no the very Reverend Eric Park we see me here or director Edema Public Relations and Afin so Ecumenical Affairs Edema the Methodist Church Ghana. Yeah, that's his pa e try one basisia.
Don't come yo, don't come me. Ghana for Methodist Asafoma. WTV Enyam Fianumo 5 years. Hooray! Na enam Enfianuma Fidida. WTV ADNT. Or yet don't come me promo. And it says, so we are Methodist Asafoma. Now our business. And I do could be our person bomo deura. WTV say, yeah, baby chat or Juma Kuno. And as we got on the end, ya bomo deura na what you mean 2 weeks at the amount 500 Ghana cedis per. And I'll bet ya. We a kwanya WTV F so at the other was say, what time the chi? I'm my room pempenswa and never dream. Yanuti, Methodist Asafoma, Mumaku, Amupesa Mubomu Deuru, Muntutumrika, Namumrai, Fred WTV, Nani Penfoning Como, Emfa don't come promo 0593 110733 and now WhatsApp 0256 253461. WTV, reaching out to the world.
I God will provide carpet center. Baby, oba ubenya carpet papa. Carpet be ope. So oba God will provide carpet center. Na we nya. Natural just say yesheda eye bima. Carpet ayo. A dawson. Na we samples ayo. And I'm say ubia one color. Until ba your samples any color be a wahe bia you be. You want in quantity, so do be a PBR so you pay your wholesale price, your retail outlet pills to Accra. You will be a Danstoman police station opposite. You will be a mile 7, you will be on your meche. You will be so a shyman. You will pay beer, your carpet non so, a muya druye, a papa. Your professional layers for her. Professional layers, sir. Water carpets in area. One by a fair farmer. God will provide carpet center. Oba, be beer, be waha. Your mattress, student mattress, any domestic. Yeah, it do waha. Your number 4, Graphic Road, Accra, Toku House, former Uka Deco.
It's a rainy Tuesday morning from our studios here in Adabraka, and here we encourage you to take charge of your well-being. You are still watching 𝗟𝗏𝗡. Wake up to a purposeful day. It's time for the health segment. My name is 𝗟𝗏𝗡. Me masha phone na kwaba eba apomuden. So apomuden is brought to you by 𝗡𝗡 Institute a therapy center for all your addiction problems. Into any negative form of addiction, but to me they akọ dying one. Now show one with you kwanya behu Kumase Kochi anope on apomuden yen komo twetwe no ejina eye dementia. So dementia enti yen doctor why krado we say no ho enti yen ko na ye ne no enkotwetwe enkomo
se adwemu yare egu ahodo na dementia enso ye yare a eye adwemu yare empempe no esi empenyi yare wanyini na wanyini ye no oye ni bibia te sa akra wanyini ye no asa wuka asem hwe na wantie wanyini ye no oye ne mabi ni refifi ni ma by heart na empempe no ye mofra ne nesa ahem ye ma me no motia ye se we empenyi yare ni ede pese me kasa fa dementia yare a eno so yare mu yare na sa dementia edru mre bi a ayana said ya adwen onyame eyeye no edumre bi a ayana etimi editoriate kakra depending on circumstances nipa no afane ne sel if you say ubetimi enya wonipa bi a sebio ye wo no na onya bibia ya adwum ya reda but onyini ye no enema sitremu nsensem ne na bi etimi ani benya dementia ya re no enti no etimi ya friend of chronic brain disease with time editoriate na say nipa no go through that process ni ma Esusanso bebree metimi de happen nipa no ema no edi nti no se woni panyini bi nete na se at the age of 50 ekọ ne mpanyin fie mu ni rate mi fifi niama se bi obi ho kra na aduane a wodi kra no ne nsa da aduane enso wo se woni di be afini na se wodi sa ne ma na wo ka no toto ne ma wo timo se ase emfa kwan mu ebia na edi mention yare ebi nso a na refie wa maniska crown se woman re sa ne marketing kit no etimi di dementia no na ne fare by adoso ebi ho no ma na yare bi na eji ne ti sa yare ni eyi ne ti no etimi ewie se maame ana papa no ebetimi ayede enya dementia ebi ho no ma na yare bi akoso wa adwene proliferate bi brain tumor etimi ma onipa enya dementia na se onya dementia yare no if I by a dozen, but the person can say, dementia area ya can say, it will be of fear no opinion and bonny be to an among Corona or share a jimmy area now on one. Now, if you are a name, and I am Waja and I wanna in Nemo Chanasem.
Nti yen Dr. Francis 𝗟𝗡𝗍𝗘 a Quarcoo Teaching Hospital and on yen atwetwe nkomo afa dementia ho na he is saying that from time to time if you have someone with you at home, especially an elderly person, and the person is exhibiting symptoms of forgetfulness, it is advisable to take the person to the hospital for proper checks. Nti aha ena emre ebema kwan amayede dementia enkomotwetwe no esi nyameye adoma ochna yebeto aso nti jimre na hwe on apomuden was brought to you by 𝗡𝑺 Institute, a therapy center for all your addiction problems. Nti any negative form of addiction obetumi ede akwakodan won ewo Kumase Kuchi edinya me jeso Rachel Mercy ahina me sorry so Miss Na is up next with Insurance Minutes.
𝗡𝑺 Institute ayaresabia ahotonia sumdua hye edien no wakwankyere ne adekodia poten no a epia ma otokoso wa abrabo mu nanso sensanom ni nubone fa basa betwa wa akwan mu a eyi wa adwene firi obotaye no so wo 𝗡𝑺 Institute no yebetumi aboa wo ni wabusuafo a muhia mo anyina ma wogye ayemodea ye ayaresabia asebi yebeboa wona a wato nsane nubone fa ntentan mu ayaresabia ibotaye ne se ebeboa adwuma mu nimdifo asuafo ni nipa ahodo anyina ama watu anamo wa edikan a edefa ahodie bebre won mpanimfo a ye ne won di dwuma no bi ne won a wo hwe adwene mu yare afutufo ni adokotafo ni anesefo a wode won ho afiri nsanom ne nubone fansem yatete saa nimdifo yi na wo nimde ne nneoma pa ebo ayarefo no na de atwam nso ne se ayaresan hyehyeye ni gina abefo nhyehyemu ni USA nhyehyeye a wode di dwuma no 𝗡𝑺 ayarehwe ne fie die nyina yepe yayaresan hyehyeye no gu ahodo na ebi ne medical monitored detox program, residential rehabilitation yesan tumi fa ye nananom akwa ahodo so sayare na ebi nso ne group therapy, 12-step AAA programs, recreational therapy ne nia ekeka ho oyarefo ne da akyehye ase bra ode ne nan besi biaye ho no a 𝗡𝑺 Institute ya abefo ayaresabia ehwe wona wado suko won sane nubone famu na ani wiase afa na hyehyeye nyina nso yepe adampa hodo a ye wonu bi ne VIP rooms, professional rooms, standard rooms and air conditioned rooms. Laundry services ye free ahobambon nsem nso wo soro kama yesan obia ya osua de na eba no aduane sem de a uni hawkra ye na chukwan wo Kumasi kochie wa santimantem Ghana sa wo penchwemu bia nso a mepa chow frayan wo 0245849185 ana 0322496188 USA Fonson frayan wo 404-735-7697 Abe Fontaine Tansu Behunu Yenwo www.wadosukowonsani marthaedu.org. Pip-Test Institute, the Extension Center for Integrative Therapy, home away from home.
Hello and welcome to Insurance Minute. Thank you so much for joining us. This segment is proudly brought to you by 𝗟𝘓𝗏 Insurance Company. If you're in Accra, remember you can find them in also behind the Presbyterian Church. Today on Insurance Tidbit, if you so happen to be in town and you get some agents speaking to you about insurance, please do well to ask them where they are from. If possible, look for their ID cards and read their names and then their portfolios when it comes to in relation to that company, and if possible you can also find out from the company by calling their telephone numbers. But with 𝗟𝘓𝗏, any agent you see, you can also verify using the same medium. They will talk to you about the different insurance policies they have and how to subscribe to at least one of them. And they range from the motor insurance policy, the contractors or risk policy, money insurance, there are bonds, there are the personal accident policy, and there are many others that would suit any of your needs. If you are a worker, there is an insurance policy for you. If you're a trader, there is one for you. If you are a driver, there is also one for you. Thank you so much for watching. But I'll be back with some videos and then continue.
This is 𝗟𝗏𝗄. He's a good guy, but cannot stay away from unnecessary attention and flex. Yes! He received this brand new car from a relative abroad to work with, but decides to wait for a while before registering it. So now, with this uninsured vehicle and a DV plate, he flexes in every corner of the city. Hey. Don't be like 𝗟𝗏𝗏. Insure your unregistered vehicle with the chassis number with 𝗟𝘓𝗏 motor policy and stay covered. You can also take other policies such as personal accident insurance, fire and flood, money insurance, contractors all risk, and others. 𝗟𝘓𝗏 Insurance. If it must be done, it must be done well.
For Insurance Minutes here on WTV, my name is 𝗟𝗏𝗏. You can contact 𝗟𝘓𝗏 Insurance Company using any of their social media platforms, either Facebook, X, Instagram, or on WhatsApp. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back with 𝗟𝗏𝗏. Do enjoy.